Good afternoon, guys. My name is Albert Destrade. I am an assistant baseball coach and the recruiting coordinator at Barry University. The purpose of this video is I want to give you guys some information about what you might be looking at ahead of you as you enter collegiate baseball and some of the requirements you're going to have as a student athlete. For us, it's very important that our players come in with the understanding that although they are athletes on the field, their work in the classroom is equally, if not more important. Some very basic ground rules or some concepts that are pretty important in terms of credit hours. It takes 120 credit hours to graduate from a university, from a four-year school. So for us to keep a player or student athlete on pace to graduate, we usually want them to take an average of 15 credit hours per semester. Usually a core class will be about a 3 credit hour class. So generally you'll take about 5 classes per semester. My recommendation is for our players is to take a heavier load with maybe more credits in your more difficult classes in the fall semesters. Reason being, in the fall, we are not in season for the sport of baseball. Our games are played in the springtime. So if a guy has a lab, for instance, if you're a science major, you might have a class that includes a lab or something a little bit more difficult. I generally would advise you to take those in the fall versus the spring. In the springtime you're traveling. A lot of times you have to miss class because of games. So it's more difficult in order to keep up with your studies. For us also additionally, we have tutoring and classroom assistance available at our university. If wherever you go to play has that, I strongly recommend you take that option just because at that level it's a whole different story. So additionally, outside of in terms of when to take classes, something I tell my guys to be mindful entering college baseball is just be smart about what you're doing on social media. Nowadays, pictures are posted on Instagram and Facebook and different social media outlets. I would recommend to keep those to a minimum, especially if it's something to do with your personal life. When you put things out there on the internet, all of a sudden those things become available to everyone. It can sometimes cause some negative feedback in a player's direction. So be smart about those things. Be diligent in your studies. Also be aware that summer classes, lastly, what I want to touch upon, summer classes aren't as easily available to college baseball players because most of you will be asked or will be kind of suggested to play summer baseball. And college summer baseball is a really good experience. It helps you gain additional playing time and it helps you develop your game. So don't really bank on taking classes in the summer because usually those summers will be for playing more baseball. So those are just some of the tips I would advise. Take more difficult classes in the fall and a heavier load as opposed to the spring. Be smart about your usage of social media and be aware that summer classes or summertime sometimes will be used for baseball. Again, I appreciate it. If you have any questions, concerns, please feel free to contact me. My email should be available through our Barry Baseball site. Thanks so much for your time. Good luck, guys.